In the last 24 hours, the entire tech world has been shaken by an announcement so massive that no one saw it coming. Conversations online have exploded. Analysts are racing to decode the implications, and users around the globe are still trying to understand what this could mean for the future of technology. The news revolves around two of the biggest giants in the industry, companies whose names shape the direction of the digital world, whose decisions influence billions of people every single day. And now, both companies have stepped forward with something so unexpected, so bold, that the internet has been unable to stay quiet for even a moment. People are calling it a turning point, the kind of moment that will be remembered in the timeline of tech history for years to come. The announcement began with a short teaser, a simple message hinting that a major change was coming. Something designed to push the boundaries of innovation, privacy, and artificial intelligence. Within minutes, speculation spread like wildfire. Everyone wanted to know what this surprise was going to be. Tech blogs, social media creators, and even market analysts began guessing. Was it a new device, a groundbreaking AI system, a redesign of platforms, or something far more disruptive? When the full reveal finally happened, the reaction was instant. Shock, excitement, confusion, curiosity, all swirling together as millions of people tried to make sense of what they were witnessing. The companies described their announcement as a leap forward, a step into a future where hardware, software, and AI are more deeply connected than ever before. They explained that this move had been in development for years, kept behind closed doors with only a small circle of engineers and researchers aware of the details. Now that secrecy had been broken. The world was being invited into a new chapter of digital life, one built around smarter systems, seamless integration, and user experiences designed to anticipate needs rather than simply respond to inputs. What fascinated people most was the way the announcement was framed. Not as a product release, not as an update, but as the beginning of an entirely new era. Across social media, videos began flooding in. Creators analyzed every second of the announcement. Experts tried to interpret the long-term impact. Some called it revolutionary, the most important shift in years. Others were cautious, pointing out that with new innovations come new risks, new responsibilities, and new challenges that must be understood before the excitement takes over. Still, the overall reaction was overwhelmingly energized. People wanted to learn more. They wanted to see how this change would unfold in real life, how it would affect their smartphones, computers, apps, daily tasks, jobs, creativity, and interactions with AI. The announcement highlighted major advancements in machine learning, with systems designed to be more adaptive, more secure, and more capable of understanding human behavior without compromising privacy. There was a strong focus on sustainability as well, mentioning that future technologies would use less energy while delivering more performance. This balance between power, intelligence, and responsibility became a central theme. Viewers could sense that the companies were trying to send a message. The future is not only about speed and innovation, but also about trust, safety, and long-term value for users. Market reactions were immediate. Investors began discussing what this could mean for competition, for the next generation of consumer electronics, and for the evolving landscape of AI. Some analysts theorized that this move could reshape how devices communicate, potentially creating a world where ecosystems are no longer isolated but interconnected through new standards. Others speculated that this might be the first step toward a shared technological vision, something that could push the industry to cooperate more closely. Even though the companies kept certain details vague, the tone suggested that this was only the first chapter of a larger story that would unfold over the next several months. As the announcement spread, users around the world began imagining the possibilities. What would this mean for creators? For students? For professionals? For everyday people who rely on their devices for communication, productivity, entertainment, health, and learning? Comments poured in from every corner of the internet. Some imagined a future where AI could handle complex tasks automatically. Others dreamed of devices that adapt to personal preferences with almost human-like understanding. And then there were those who simply enjoyed the thrill of witnessing such a moment, knowing that they were part of a global audience experiencing a massive shift together. The companies emphasized that transparency would be a priority. They talked about giving users more control, more customization, and more insight into how their data is used. This reassured many viewers, especially those who were concerned about the growing power of artificial intelligence. By the end of the announcement, millions of people felt a mixture of excitement and empowerment, knowing that they were not just observers but participants in shaping the future of the digital world. At the same time, critics and skeptics raised important questions. They pointed out that whenever a major breakthrough is introduced, the real test comes afterward, when the technology is used in real-world environments. Will it perform as promised? Will it remain secure? Will it be accessible to everyone or only to certain regions and price brackets? These questions became part of the ongoing conversation, adding depth to the excitement and reminding viewers that innovation must always be paired with responsibility. What made this announcement truly unique was the way both companies hinted at future expansions beyond their usual categories. They talked about broader visions involving smart cities, connected homes, advanced health systems, immersive entertainment, and new forms of digital expression. They suggested that this was not just about upgrading devices, but about upgrading the entire relationship between humans and technology. The idea that this could redefine how people interact with the digital world created a sense of wonder, the feeling that we are stepping into a fresh technological chapter. All night long, live streams continued. Tech reviewers analyzed possible features. Forums filled with predictions and theories. Some users felt nostalgic, remembering the moments when earlier innovations transformed daily life. Others looked ahead with anticipation, wondering how this announcement would influence competitors, startups, and future collaborations. For many, it became clear that this was more than news. It was a spark that awakened worldwide curiosity. By morning, millions of people were still discussing the announcement. Trending pages were filled with reactions. The phrase associated with the reveal became one of the most searched terms globally. And through all the noise, one thing became obvious: the world had just witnessed a milestone. Whether people viewed it with excitement, skepticism, or curiosity, they understood that something significant had happened, something that would influence devices, apps, communication, AI, and global technology for years to come. As we move forward, the world waits for more details, more demos, more insights, more updates from developers, researchers, and engineers working behind the scenes. The announcement may have been the first step, but it has opened a door to countless possibilities. Users everywhere are eager to see what comes next, how these innovations will evolve, and how they will shape the future of our digital lives. The tech world has entered a new chapter, and everyone, creators, consumers, businesses, and enthusiasts, is now watching, waiting, and imagining what the next breakthrough will bring.